Make the uncomfortable accusation that AI is ruining college students, and I believe this to be true. My entire For You page right now is about how ChatGPT is going to be the downfall of academic system and what follows that to the job market. It's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. And it's very, very scary. I don't know a single person that takes an academically challenging class that does not use AI to do their homework or to write their papers or to do whatever. I'll admit it, it's an addictive tool. I use it. But how do I use it? When I have a paper, I don't tell ChatGPT to write that paper for me. No, what I do is I tell it the prompt and I say, give me an outline, give me a structure to follow. And I do all the work on my own. I'm not saying that my use of it is better than anyone else's because I'm still cutting corners, but I'm not cheating, right? Convenience is an addictive drug. When we get addicted to things, it is hard to come off of them, right? That's how addiction works. Now, AI, it's harmless. It's making college students' lives easier. College is hard enough as is. If we can have a little thing that can just help us out here and there, why not use it? And I would agree with that if it was here and there. It's not here and there. I don't think professors understand how deep this goes. They do to an extent because they see papers and understand that it is fully AI generated, but I don't think they understand how smart people are getting with the usage of it. It is crazy because it can do anything. It can cut the corners for you for cutting corners. Like, let that sink in. I've seen a few creators make the point of you are getting a degree that you are going to know nothing in, which is absolutely true, but your job may be replaced one day by the AI itself, the thing that helps you get to qualifying for that job in the first place. It's just gonna take the job for itself. And isn't that crazy? It's horrifying. I hate being pessimistic. I really want to be a positive, uplifting person, but I unfortunately have to look you in the eye and say that we're doomed. We are doomed because as a student in college right now, and just some insights from a content creator, you want to know the amount of college AI writing brands that reach out to me that want me to promote their AI college writing service on my TikTok page. I've never once done that. I never will do that. That is not something I stand for, and I think it's scary. I think it's terrifying. I have had multiple professors this semester alone tell the class that they're losing it. Like, they don't know what to do. This is gonna get out of hand. What I've noticed from my professors is they're in a battle of, do we catch up with this and incorporate it somehow? Or do we just seek the highest form of punishment for anybody who even tries? People don't know what to do, and I don't blame them. Nobody has the answers. And the scariest thing to think about in all this is the one thing that might have the answers is the machine itself. That's a weird thought, right? Because that thing has answers to everything. Why would it not have an answer to this crisis? I had one professor this semester try to incorporate it into the class structure, try to have us write, it's called the AI research paper. We had to use it to grab certain things off the internet but not write it for us. I liked that. I learned from it. It was cool, but it still did work for me. But as strange as it sounds, I'm very glad that I started a career in social media in college because AI can replace the job I would have done as an interior designer. It could have replaced the job that I would have done as a photographer with the AI generated images now. It could replace anything. It could replace anything. But the one thing AI cannot replace is my personality. So if I can build a career off my personality, I think my job might be in the clear, but then who knows? Instagram is trying to get me to make my own AI character that people can talk to, because like, what the hell? No. Ugh, I hate it. Anyways, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole conversation right now, as I'm in college currently and I'm seeing it left and right. Professors are putting it into the curriculum. Professors are punishing people to the highest extent. Like, it's like a war zone. It is a cyber war zone out there, and it's bizarre to experience in real time. In the most positive and uplifting and beautiful way I could say this, I think we're doomed. I think we are. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We're gonna have the uncomfortable.
All got above a 90 on the exam we took last week, so I'm a little bit confused. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to tell me how you did that, or what you used, or where you got the answers from. I don't care. But if no one speaks up, then you're all getting a 0. 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe. Yes.
Someone sent a link in the group chat, like, I hate reading. It's like a study tool.
Someone sent a link in the group chat called I Hate Reading.
Yeah.
Oh, snitching, bro.
Like snitching, man.
So who sent the link? It's like it's using the lecture to answer.
Yeah, it uses like what you said in the lecture. So it's not just like random information, like it's what you're teaching us.
Okay, and so it was sent in the group chat before the exam, so you guys use this to study?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All got above a 90 on
If you've been thinking back on
Look, I'm one lazy motherfucker. If I can make something quicker, make something easier, I will. But you know what I have never, ever done? Use ChatGPT to write my fucking essay. With peace and love, if you cannot write a paragraph, if that is taking you like 50 minutes, you are a bonehead. And I fear you need to take it back a few steps to 5th grade where we learned how to write. Maybe you were failed by your 5th grade teacher. Maybe you were failed by your high school teachers. Maybe you were failed by your parents. And that's okay, and I'm sorry, but college isn't the right place for you right now. Who is paying for your classes? Because if it was you, maybe you'd have a little bit of concern for the sanctity of your education. And I am not some fucking moral hard ass, like, cheating is wrong. I don't give a fuck. This is purely about I can't stand being in university with fucking idiots. It's not that hard to write, okay? It's not that hard to write. And I will peer review people's papers, read them, and be like, wow, this is legitimately like shocking me to my core because I wrote better than this when I was 11. It's sad. It really is. And I fear if you really need to use ChatGPT, you are going down the wrong path. Why are you in school if you don't want to learn? Why are you using ChatGPT for a class that concerns your major, your career? Because it's not easier. I write twice as fast as every motherfucker I know who uses ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is inaccurate. It is shit. It is dog shit. I've had to use it for 2 assignments because it was assigned to me to write about how fucking terrible it is and how horrible it is for sources. It's not the shortcut you think it is. And these are the same bitches who have the audacity to be, oh, why is the professor making us do this? Oh, this is too hard. This is going to take too long. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you here for? Why are you here? Because it's not fucking hard. It's not hard if you do the work. Eventually, it becomes easy. That's school, baby. What the fuck? I could talk about this shit for hours. Look,
If you're a uni student and you aren't using AI to help you with your academic assignments, what are you doing, guys? Hi, I'm Nirvana. I'm a uni teacher and a postgrad uni student and a massive AI enthusiast. Let me teach you in this mini-series how you can be using AI ethically and effectively to complete your academic assignments. This is part 1, so be sure to save and follow so you don't miss the rest. First thing.
Look, I'm one
if you've been thinking back on
all got above a 90 on the
We're gonna have the uncomfortable conversation.
if you've been
Look,
If you're a uni student and you aren't using AI to help you with your academic assignments, what are you doing, guys? Hi, I'm Nirvana. I'm a uni teacher and a postgrad uni student and a massive AI enthusiast. Let me teach you in this mini-series how you can be using AI ethically and effectively to complete your academic assignments. This is part 1, so be sure to save and follow so you don't miss the rest. First thing I would recommend using AI to do, and this is ethical, guys, it is not cheating. I would never condone cheating. One of the easiest things you can be using AI to do to avoid losing a lot of marks and also to save a lot of time is to put your instructions or rubric, anything like that, through an AI like ChatGPT, something very simple, and ask it to look for any rules and requirements and to make lists. So I'm talking like formatting, written expressions, like any special references, anything like this, any rules the teacher has put in there, the date, the time, all these things, okay? And I'd ask it to write it in lists that are easy for you to understand, and then I would take those lists and check through the instructions myself to make sure it's got it right, make sure it hasn't missed anything. Not only does this save time, it also stops you overlooking so many things. It also cuts out so much of the mental confusion when you're reading so many different instructions and you start being like, oh shit, thought this one said double space. No, it was that one that said double space. AI doesn't make that mistake. I also like to use this information to make checklists. So once I've double checked everything, I like to go through and be like, hey, make me a checklist that I can use to make sure that I've done all of these things. So that way I can actually sit down and be like, what do I gotta do? Double spacing? Tick. What's next? Da-da-da-da-da, tick. Margins, tick. This is also a great thing to do when you're at the beginning and you just really don't feel like starting, you're feeling really stuck. Get this out the way, get the list done, get the basic requirements, you know exactly what is expected and all these basic things. Also, get yourself some easy marks. Let AI help, guys. Remember, use it as a tool, don't be a tool. Stay tuned for part 2 where I teach you how to use AI to fix a rubric.
AI videos.
In less than 24 hours, this Harvard student was able to pass all of her summer assignments while...
My argument with students using ChatGPT is it waters down the creativity of cheating, okay? It streamlines everything because a lot of these students or these graduates that, graduated college, way back when, they act like they didn't do any form of cheating, which I say bullshit, okay? But, you know, students that graduated before the AI technology, they had to get a little creative. They had to pull from different sources. They have to do X, Y, and Z. And that was annoying, right? So now we have AI. Students, all they have to do is beep, boop, boop, bop, and then they get their answer, and they're like, great, now I can do my assignment. Girl, love that for you. I wish I had that. And then also, let's really talk about what a bachelor's degree is. Bachelor's degree, you know how to follow fucking instructions. Congratulations. Master's degree, it requires a little bit more thinking power, right? The gears in the noggin, they're turning in the opposite direction. So it's a little bit more. Don't recommend cheating in a master's program because your advisor will find out. But yeah, like let's get off our high horse just for 5 seconds. And then also, let's not forget that we had Chegg. Okay, I was a liberal arts major. I studied history. Science and math, we didn't have the best relationship. So your girl definitely used Chegg for entire chemistry courses. So yeah, that's my take. It might be a little bit of a hot take, but who cares? My argument with
AI is getting out of hand. So what you're seeing is a college student taking a Zenachino and using a plugin called Coursology.
The dream school that I wanted to go to when I was younger to major in animation has AI classes now for art. AI for creatives, strategies for success.
Guess how much it costs to take this class? $400. To take an AI class at an art school that was founded on creating art and bearing the human soul and showcasing that through storytelling with the hands. Well, I'm glad I went to community college instead. What the fuck? The dream school that I wanted to go to.
AI is getting out of hand. So what you're seeing is a college student taking a Zenachino and using a plugin called Coursology. I promise this isn't a paid promotion, I'm about to shit on them. But basically what this AI does is answer all of the questions for you. Like, you do not have to do anything. You just click the button and then it answers it for you. So I've been out of college for 4 years now, and would this have been great when I was in college? Absolutely. But is this actually good for current college students and where they'll be in the future? Absolutely not. Your future nurse, doctor, engineer, whatever it is, could be using this right now. Literally just a whole lot of nothing going on up here and just doing busy work. Now, given there is actual testing where you can't use Coursology, so they're kind of fucking themselves by doing this, but the point still remains. But meanwhile, college tuition is at an all-time high, and it's easier and more redundant almost than it's ever been. Kids are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to make friends and go get fucked up like 4 times a week at least. And then maybe just learn a little bit on the side and then get a piece of paper after 4 years saying, hey, you did it. But the craziest thing is, it's only going to get worse. AI is getting out of hand. So what you're
In just 24 hours, she was able to pass her entire semester while only using AI. Just listen.
Stop using ChatGPT to write your essays unless you genuinely enjoy failing. Ask ChatGPT to write me an essay. Then I'm gonna go to this website, StudyFetch. Go to this essay grader function right here. What StudyFetch accounts for that ChatGPT doesn't is the rubric. So you can select if you have a research paper, argumentative, or informative, and then also what type of skill level. And then I'm just gonna do grade paper. And then they graded my essay as 79, which is not that bad, but it's also still a C. So after that, I actually just look at the suggested rewrites and make my edits. That way I'll understand the topic and then also avoid AI detection.
She's talking about this AI tool that will not only grade your entire paper and tell you what to fix, but you can also have this record.
I just need to see.
What if I said? Here are some of my thoughts about the everyone's cheating their way through college with AI thing. So ChatGPT came out halfway through my college experience, and I honestly was not very interested in using it. When it first came out, I was just like, I don't need that.
I was the instructor for 3 college courses this spring, and this is how I chose to handle AI in my classrooms. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. I'm sure it's not. This was my first time having to deal with this. So if you have other ideas, please let me know what they are. I brought it up on the first day of class, and I told my students that they're allowed to use it as long as they tell me how they're using it, and they include an AI statement at the bottom. and they are required to put the AI statement even if they didn't use anything. So, for example, they would just say, I am whatever their name is, and I did not use any AI tools to complete this assignment. And then if they did use AI, say I am whoever, I used XYZ to complete this assignment, and this is how I used it. And then they would include screenshots of their prompts and the AI responses. And then I also had my students do all of their work in Google Docs and share the Google Doc with me, so that if I did have any suspicions or questions about what they were doing, I could see the edit history in the Google Doc. I could see who did what. I could see if there was just a huge chunk of text pasted all at once. It just kind of gives you a little bit of insight into their work process. Some of them used it in really smart ways that I hadn't considered before. So I would give them a rubric for whatever assignment, and then they would put their full assignment that they completed into ChatGPT and then put the rubric and ask Chat to grade it based on the rubric. And while it wasn't perfect, it was never exactly how I would have graded it. It was always within a good ballpark. So I thought that was a great way and kind of gave them a way to sort of check themselves before they turn it in. Yes, they could just read it over, and I'm sure they do that as well. But I did think that that was a good use and probably made their work better than it would have been if they just turned it in without using that. One of the reasons that I don't ban it completely in my class is that I think there's probably always going to be students that use it. And I think banning it or trying to ban it is just going to give some students an edge over other students, and I don't think that's fair. And then I also think that it is a tool that's going to be here whether I like it or not. It is something that exists. It's going to continue to exist most likely. So they need to, get used to working in a world that has AI. I personally don't really use AI because of the environmental impacts, but, it's here. It's probably here to stay, so I can't ban it, really. I was the instructor for 3 college courses this spring, and this is how I chose to handle AI in my classrooms.
It only took this nursing student. Teachers are going
I'm pretty sure that Day 4 finals week, guys. I'm on my way to another exam. If you saw my video yesterday, I got called.
Stop using ChatGPT.
Frustrating. Marley Stevens says after submitting a paper for her criminal justice class in October, she was surprised to learn her professor gave her a 0 for the assignment and reported her to the Office of Student Integrity.
And he was like, you used AI on your paper, you get a 0. That was it. I had Grammarly installed in my web browser, but I've only ever had the free version of it. So all it did was fix my punctuation and my spelling.
She submitted the paper through the program Turnitin, which flagged it for the use of AI. Earlier this month, she learned she'd been placed on academic probation. The company Grammarly says the suggestions for grammar and spelling changes aren't made through generative AI, an algorithm which can create new content on its own. They also note some third-party tools can mistake any Grammarly use as generative AI. Stevens says she's used Grammarly on other assignments before without issue.
I've written my papers the same exact way all through college. In a Google Doc with my Grammarly extension, I've never had any problems.
Regarding their AI policies, the University of North Georgia issued a statement saying, in part, our faculty members communicate specific guidelines regarding the use of AI for various classes, and those guidelines are included in the class syllabi.
If it's a college, they should have a school-wide policy for things like this, instead of just leaving it up to each and every professor. Even though it wrote absolutely nothing for me, I still get a 0.
Stevens took to TikTok to share her story, which has millions of views.
I didn't think posting it on TikTok would fix it for me with the school in any way, but AI is really getting integrated into everything, and so I just wanted to warn other people and be like, hey, if you're going to do this, talk to your professors every semester, ask them specific questions. Frustrating.
Marley Stevens says after submitting a paper for her criminal justice.
If you're a college student, tell me if you also find it kind of ironic that my professor sends me this email saying, final warning, no AI use in this class I'm in, and basically a full breakdown on why they don't want us using AI to do our schoolwork. But when I go to copy and paste it into GPT-0, it comes back as AI. Come on, man. If you're a college student, tell me.
You need to leave. Go. Your conduct will be...
Please.
Friendly reminder that colleges have literally no way of knowing if you used AI to write your college essays. And no, this is not me telling you to go use AI on all your college essays, but it can be a super useful tool to help you get over writer's block and see different...
If you're not using AI in college, you're cooked. Yes, it doesn't matter. You could be a 4.0 GPA student or a 1.6 GPA student. All my smart friends use it. All my friends who aren't smart use it too. That's because AI will save 100 hours of studying for you every single week. In addition to studying, note-taking also is a million times easier. I use this website called Unstuck. Literally, I could sleep through class and Unstuck will record the lecture for me and create the notes right after. As a matter of fact, I don't know what it is about Unstuck, but it does everything for me because after it creates the notes, when I want to study, it creates practice questions for me and flashcards. It's incredible. And then if you really get stuck on stuff, just throw it onto ChatGPT and it explains all those subjects for you. I'm telling you, it's 2025 and if you're not using AI, you're just being left behind. If you're not using AI,
Friendly reminder that colleges have literally no way of knowing if you used AI to write your college essays. And no, this is not me telling you to go use AI on all your college essays, but it can be a super useful tool to help you get over writer's block and see different versions of an essay as you're going through a manual editing process. So for example, what I love to have AI do, when I'm especially blocked trying to write a paragraph, is have it go write 3 or 4 versions of that paragraph for me, and then I'll pick the ones I like and then go manually edit them. And it's really important to add that manual editing phase because AI can't really be original by definition. And the thing that's going to get you into an Ivy League school are those phrases in the essay that stand out, that are unique, that you'll never see in a different college essay, not saying delve 100 times over. So if you're worried that colleges are going to put your essays into some kind of AI checker and then find that some percentage of your essays was based on AI and that's going to get you rejected, don't be. They have no ability to do that. Even if they found a certain percentage, they wouldn't be able to prove it, and they can't reject you over that. Instead, you should be focusing on doing manual edits, not because you're worried about getting rejected or not, but because that's the thing that's going to make your essays original, and that's the thing that's going to help you stand out to Ivy League schools. Friendly reminder that colleges have literally no way of knowing if you used AI to write your college essays. And no, this is not me telling you to go use AI on all your...
If you're not using AI in...
Mr. Smith, I see you not taking...
Hey Chris, please don't be.
Teachers are...
Hey Chris, please don't be mad. Your PlayStation 5, yeah, I broke in my bed. I wish it never happened, but unfortunately it happened. I made this song to tell you, hoping we could get past it.
You broke my PS5? Wait, are you actually serious?
Suno lets you make a song about anything instantly. Just type in what you want the song to be about, and boom. Plus, it's free. Go download it now and whip something crazy up.